protects your little E. coli. Now, don't mix up your tweezers. Use the curved tweezers for your toothpicks soaked in E. coli. That's one experiment. The other experiment, you're going to use the straight tweezers with your little paper discs in the dish. Okay? Okay.
Somebody stole our
What? What? I stole your
You
tweezers.
stole. You just keep rotating.
Okie doke. Now, all right, just to show you, Lab 10 is Kirby Bauer antibiotic test. Here's a lecture, here's the procedure, here's a list of antibiotics, here's antibiotic modes of action for Kirby Bauer lab, and then here is antibiotic results chart for you to use. I got more stuff in here than you can shake a stick at. When it comes time to take your lab quiz 5, you may want to print this sucker out, because it tells you modes of action for all the different antibiotics. Penicillin, for example, is a cell wall inhibitor. Bacitracin, another cell wall inhibitor. So different details about the different antibiotics. You might just want, and this is where you can write your results. On Wednesday, you're going to fill in your results here. But this information up here, you're going to need for lab quiz 5 and maybe for for lecture exam 3 also. So print it out for both of those, have it handy when you go to take those, okay? Close. Close again. Okay, wouldn't hurt to have that material handy. I hate how it doesn't bring me back to where I was, but okay. So that's lab 10, there's a lot of stuff. See, here's Dr. Olix's list if you had any of that with him. I'm roasting, pardon me. Now here's the procedure for the antiseptics and disinfectants. That's lab 10. Oh, well, 2 of them say lab 10. What's up with, oh yeah, they're both lab 10. That's right, we're doing them on the same day. Hello. Anyway, so we're doing the antiseptic and disinfectant. So here's the procedure for that one. I'm gonna open it this way because it's bigger. I turned the bath on. Do that. Okay, your first experiment or your second experiment, this is disinfectant. So, in the back of the room, you have disinfectants on the left, antiseptics on the right. So the disinfectant experiment on the left, you're going to need, oh, we got those things mixed up. You're going to need, oh no we don't. You're going to need 5 tubes of sterile water per team, per table. 5 tubes of broth. I hope you have enough sterile water back there. You're going to need an empty Petri plate, plastic one. They should be back there too. You're going to pick a disinfectant and soak your toothpicks in the disinfectant in the plastic Petri dish. After 1 minute, you're going to pull out one of the toothpicks. Now these toothpicks have been laced with E. coli, the toothpicks I put at your table. So take your E. coli toothpicks, put them in the Petri dish with disinfectant, one of your disinfectants. At 1 minute, you're going to pull out one toothpick, rinse it in the sterile water for 1 minute, remove it from the sterile water, and put it in a test tube of broth. After 5 minutes, you're going to pull out your next toothpick, rinse it for 1 minute in another sterile tube bottle, or test tube, put it in a new broth tube, okay? So it goes from soaking in disinfectant to sterile water to broth. You're going to need 5 sterile waters and 5 broth. What, is it 5 or is it 4? 4. I guess 4. So you're going to need it says 5 toothpicks, so one has to be your control. So let's see. Okay, so your first one, your control, your first toothpick, you're just gonna take the E. coli toothpick, don't put it in any disinfectant. Rinse it in the sterile water for 1 minute and broth. So you do need 5 tubes of sterile water, 5 tubes of broth, and 5 toothpicks. Your first toothpick is your control. It never goes in the disinfectant. The other 4, you're gonna soak in the disinfectant. One you're gonna pull out in 1 minute, one at 5 minutes, one at 10 minutes, one at 15 minutes. Each time you have to rinse in a new tube of sterile water. Then you're gonna stick them all in a test tube rack, put them in the incubator. We'll check them tomorrow, or day after tomorrow. The other one is antiseptics on the other side. You're going to get a Petri plate of Luria broth in the back, and you're going to dispense using your micro pipette. You're going to dispense 0.1 milliliter of E. coli. Does anybody know how to convert 1 milliliter into microliters? 100 microliters. Good. Your small pipetter is the one that fits the tips that you have. This one is the big pipetter. The big pipetter, you use the box. Does anybody have a blue box? Yeah, you do. The big pipetter is the blue box. We'll use that tomorrow. Today you're going to use the smaller pipetter. You'll notice it says SL100. It holds a minimum of 10 microliters and a maximum of 100. So if you set it to 100, which should be set for you, that's the maximum volume this holds. That's 0.1 milliliters of E. coli. That's what you need. Okay, let's talk about the pipetter. There's a little wing nut at the top. You can tighten it, you can tighten it and this won't turn, or you can loosen it and this will turn. Okay, so open it so it's loose and see you can turn. You want to turn past 100 so it goes up as high as 104 and then back it down to 100. The best way to set these pipetters is to exceed the volume that you want by a little bit and then back it down to the volume that you want. That way you're sure it's going to contain the full volume. Then set your wing nut tight so that this won't move anymore. That's how you set your volume, okay? Yeah, so set it to 100. The best way to set to 100 is exceed it, go to like 103, and then back it back down to 100. That way you know you're going to get a good volume. Okie dokie. I just want you to hold it like this, handy, handy. And then use your thumb to feel the top. There's a soft stop. You can press it gently. Anita, this would be gentle.
No, I know.
Press it gently and release it. Gently and release it. Another option is press it gentle and then continue to press. That's your hard stop. So you have soft stop, hard stop. Okay? All right. These tips are sterilized. Whenever you see a piece of tape like this on something, that means it's been through the autoclave. It's been sterilized. So you want to keep these as sterile as you can. So do not open the box and leave it open. Open the box, put your pipetter into a tip. Close the box. Now I have my tip on it. I never touched my tip. And I kept my box closed as much as possible, right? Now, I'm going to depress to the soft stop, stick it in my E. coli that I vortexed, withdraw, and it sucks up the E. coli in the broth. Then I'm going to go to my Petri plate and squeeze it all the way out by pressing it past the hard stop, okay? So, gentle stop, suck up your E. coli by releasing it. To squirt it out, press all the way down as hard as you can. I'm done. Want to get rid of my contaminated tip in my container? That's what the little white triangle's for. It kicks your tip off. So kick it off into the container. Then if you had to use it again, you'd go back and get a new tip or whatever. Only thing that's different between the small pipetter and the large pipetter is a factor of 10. This one holds 10 to 100 microliters. That one holds 100 to 1,000, is that right? 100 to 1,000, something like that. Yeah, 100 to 1,000. So it's just a factor of 10. So the maximum volume on this one